Hello, Guillermo. How are you doing today? This Sunday is beautiful. So I'm going to give you my support in this amazing performance. Give me a second so I can share with you my screen. Mhm. Uh-huh. So yeah, this is the lovely song. This version is the piano version. So as you can see, I am using the Google Translator for pronunciation because for fluency, you have your natural flow. Uh, and I hope my flow can give you some ideas, okay, honey? But you have your natural flow, so be natural, be yourself. Um, what you can see here is your speech. My recommendation is maybe 4 or 5 or the more repetition, the better. So repetition number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, 7, okay? Number 1, I click the button and I listen and I use the shadow reading technique so you can have the idea of the pronunciation, okay? Let's go. I start here in my passion is playing the violin, etc. Let's look.
My passion is playing the violin because it lets me express my emotions. For example, I feel that a slow vibrato can convey sadness, while a faster one brings out joy. Since I was a baby, my mother would play Mozart for me. By the time I was 5, I'd listen to Beethoven's Symphony Number 5 while doing homework, and I loved it. Later, we attended symphony concerts and ballet performances like Swan Lake at the National Grand Theater, which inspired me even more. Watching Bugs Bunny cartoons on Sundays with classical music in the background, like The Barber of Seville, also deepened my love for the violin. Oh, that's wonderful. Now, Guillermo, are you ready to perform for us? The stage is yours. Guillermo, for this performance, I will play Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. It's a song that touches the heart, speaking of love's joy and pain, and reminds us that God gives us strength to keep moving forward.
Okay. So yeah, sorry for this part. Yeah, it was your part, okay? My part, the question and the answer. Okay, number 2. You notice that in part number 1, I was trying to memorize, but I know you have memorized. It's only some pronunciation, let's say some words, right? You have to check which words are the difficult ones, okay? Let's say, for example, that for me is difficult vibrato versus vibrato, right? Or vibrato or whatever you have there. So in repetition number 2, I'm going to follow the pronunciation, okay? And then I'm going to try to record myself using the camera, okay? For example, the shadow ring technique is present, but now I'm going to include my voice, so you can include your voice, okay? For example,
my passion is playing the violin because it lets me express my emotions. For example, I feel that a slow vibrato can convey sadness, while a faster one brings out joy. Since I was a
Okay, and then you turn on your camera, okay, and do it again, okay? Yeah, the question is, what is your talent? Try to do it, memorize, of course. If it's difficult, yeah, you have to read, but I know that you memorize this part. Yeah, the rest as well. For example, my passion is playing the violin because it lets me express my emotions, okay? The intonation also is important in that part. For example, my passion is playing the violin because it lets me express my emotions. Okay. Google Translator is kind of robotic, okay? So now you have to record yourself and you have to repeat. So repetition number 2, 3, 4, and 5, okay? For example, repetition number 2. My passion is playing the violin because it lets me express my emotion. Repetition number 3. My passion is playing the violin because it lets me express my emotions, okay? Now, in this part, I imagine the public, so I can feel confident with the constant repetition, okay? For example, my passion is playing the violin because it lets me express my emotions. Then you continue. For example, I feel that a slow vibrato can convey sadness, while a faster vibrato, while a faster one brings out joy, okay? And then in your repetition number 2, your intonation, okay? For example, I feel that a slow vibrato, and use your hands, so it's like using my hands, okay? For example, I feel that a slow vibrato can convey sadness, while a faster one brings out joy. Sorry, and then you continue repeating and repeating. The rest is just, I'm going to give you the fluency, okay? And you try to adapt your fluency because my fluency is my natural way, you know. You have to try to adapt your fluency, okay? For example, since I was a baby, my mother would play Mozart for me. By the time I was 5, I'd listen to Beethoven's Symphony Number 5 while doing homework, and I love it, okay? And I love it. Okay, then you pause in that part. So I'm going to, let's say, a pause. Okay, and then one more time. Since I was a baby, my mother would play Mozart for me. By the time I was 5, I'd listen to Beethoven's Symphony Number 5 while doing homework, and I love it. Later, we attended symphony concerts and ballet performances like Song Lake at the National Grand Theater, okay. For example, in this part, later, we attended symphony concerts and ballet performances like Song Lake at the National Grand Theater, and then you repeat again, at the National Grand Theater, which inspired me even more. Watching Bugs Bunny cartoons on Sundays with classical music in the background, like the Barber of Seville, also deepened my love for the violin. So notice that I'm using the intonation kind of da 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 da, yeah. So you're kind of singing, okay? So try to adapt this intonation to your natural speech, okay? One more time. Later, we attended symphony concerts and ballet performances like Song Lake at the National Grand Theater. And use your hand, feel free to do that, which inspired me even more. Watching Bugs Bunny cartoons on Sundays, with classical music in the background, like the Barber of Seville, also deepened my love for the violin. Now the question, are you ready to perform for us? The stage is yours. Or are you ready? The stage is yours, okay? Yeah, in that part, to sound natural, you can add, yeah, right? Yeah, I'm ready. And then you continue. That is my recommendation. Yeah, for this performance, I will play Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. Da 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 da. One more time, the intonation. It's a song that touches the heart, speaking of love, joy, and pain, and reminds us that God gives us strength to keep moving forward. Okay. There is something kind of difficult here, especially in the part of reminds us, okay, reminds us, gives us, okay, so check that, okay. Other than that, is your natural flow, okay. Okay, Guillermo, I hope this can be useful for you. If you have questions, please let me know. Good luck for your speech. Happy Sunday.